one person's Jadon Sancho second best in the world cannot change the list that much.
No, it's up to you. Your t-shirt's terrible as well, by the way. It's up to you.
Yeah, man's got flesh-coloured t-shirt.
That t-shirt is shocking.
Topless.
Look at the colour.
I thought you was topless.
Look at the colour, bro. As a black man, you can't be doing these kind of things.
I thought you was topless. I thought you was topless, bro.
If you read the magazines, mud water is in.
We're back. Last week we got told we don't know anything about football, and the week before we got told we don't know anything about football, and the week before we got told we don't know anything about football, and the week before we got told we don't know anything about football. So this week we brought boat in.
So you remixed it. Okay, all right. No, it's fine. It's fine, Tito.
We're gonna be counting down the 10 best players in the world as voted for by our panel, which is a legit panel. And the panel is not only the people around this table, it's other people. I will list them later on in the show. But let's introduce everyone around the table. Let's not waste any time. From my right to my left, starting with Specs Gonzalez.
What's up, people? It's your boy Specs Gonzalez. If you ain't seen Lassie, you're just too young.
Lassie's on Disney Plus, I think. So
If you ain't seen it, you're too young.
and we got a debut on the Filthy at 5 table, but it's not his debut on Filthy Fellas. He's a Filthy Fellas OG legend, Tottenham Hotspur fan, but really world football fan. Scorcher.
What's going on? I'm glad
He's
to
got
be back.
he's got a new podcast coming out.
Armchair gaffers. You get me? Couldn't get the armchair in there today, but I'm just working with it.
He's the guy who watches a lot of Bundesliga. Next we got. I don't think we've had you on a debate yet, have we, Savage Daniel?
I've been watching disgusting with you all, if I'm honest. Just like the fans. I'll come to restore order.
And we've got another debut from the biggest hands in the whole rap scene. He's been rapping since 2003. It's Boat.
Why have you got to plug me? Let me plug myself now, joking now. Boy of all talents, big up Scribs.
Okay.
I'm not allowed to big up my brother.
I'm bigging up Scribs.
I'm not allowed to big up my boy.
He was wearing a durag the last time you said it.
So
We've
what's
all
wrong
got
with
brothers,
that?
bro. We've all got brothers. And then on my left, I have.
Your boy Margsy, 6 foot plus a tactical nous.
What?
Did you call yourself a
6
tactical
foot
now?
plus of tactical nous.
Come on, man.
And finally, and I do mean finally,
Super necessary. Young Rottweiler, aka tell your girl to tell your girl to tell your girl to tell her friend. I'm here.
see, this is a guy who would rather
football
do all the.
encyclopedia.
He would rather do all the hand motions than be near the microphone. This is a guy that means.
Man, I like Mike. Call her Michelle, and I'm dead. Michelle,
We're counting down the top 10 players in the world. We all voted. Specs, did you find this difficult?
I didn't. I know that when I'm picking these players, it's down to me and what I like.
Did you find space for Chris Wood?
No, he couldn't. Unfortunately, New Zealand. He couldn't get in. But listen, let me just let you know that I got a lot of messages about Chris Wood, and people know he bangs goals.
Scorcher, you happy with your 10?
Yeah, I was kind of tuned with number 10 though. Number 10 was a bit sketchy.
Luckily, 10 is only 1 point on the way we score it, so chances are you didn't impact anything with your 10th pick. But he meant every one of his votes, let me tell you.
Kind of vexed I couldn't get Hakimi in there.
You're the Spurs man. He loves Hakimi. AVB-ish, all tactical nous and it's nothing.
Boat, how seriously did you take your list?
I said this already, cuz. 5. Half serious, half not.
This don't make sense to me.
What's his scale? How seriously did you take it?
It's from.
I told you.
Sorry.
5.
It's from 1 to serious, isn't it? So serious is 10, not serious is 1. So I'm like in the middle. So we'll see. We'll see what my list is put out.
Luckily, guys, everyone else took it 10. So we just balance out.
You reckon,
Boat.
yeah?
Boat's just here to make loud noises on the table. Number 10 on the list, and he only got one more vote than the guy underneath him, is Thiago Alcantara.
So, wait, is it, yeah? He's a Liverpool target. Yeah? He's a Liverpool target. He didn't make my list.
Why?
He didn't make my list because my list, I'm a bit biased with the thing, and I put current Liverpool players in there.
What over Thiago?
Yeah.
See, that means in your...
Alisson.
Nah, you didn't. That's
Alisson's my 10. Alisson's the best keeper in the world. He made 10 for
I thought
me.
you said
over
said
Thiago.
everyone took 10.
He put 10, yeah.
This is why when we was in the group and I put the video in
What video?
of you with that chest for your team, no behaviour, You're one of the worst players. For not to have Thiago in your top 10 as someone that watches football, because for me,
Bro, big up Troy
Deeney.
Deeney. Big up Troy Deeney and everything he done for Black Lives Matter, yeah? But he should not have been in your strikers list.
But this is not the strikers list.
If Liverpool get Thiago, oh God.
He's the best midfielder in the
let's
league.
I think we might can kiss the league goodbye for a couple of seasons.
Thiago for me,
Yeah.
big. He's a baller.
Yeah.
Proper baller.
100.
He plays for me the best team in the world.
Yep.
I know Loons over there thinks Liverpool is the best team in the world, but he's wrong.
Bro,
So-
I see what you did there. I see
No,
what
no, I
you...
can't say-
Who's current
I
world
knew that was a question.
club
Now, here's
champions,
the
bro?
thing about Loons. I've been watching Loons closely, not just today, but over the last few episodes. Right? He's the one that's coming. He's fucking up everything, you know.
Yeah, of course.
Tigo, I'm not sure if you've clocked it. He's fucked up everything. Of
course.
He just comes in, drinks on his Maggie, and he just chats shit.
Basically, like literally, like.
Well, the good thing about this format is that his vote isn't worth more than anyone else's.
Exactly, like...
So whatever he does to the list, everyone's done the same.
But he's
thing
let
to
me
the
down,
list.
Is
Tigo.
mine worth more than
Oh,
that?
sorry. I cut votes in half. Sorry.
I put Thiago 7th on my list.
So look, he's in the list majorly because of Margs and Specs, who got behind him at 7th. Dan had him at 9th. Lippy had him 10th. Scorcher, I kept trying to say to him, Scorcher was struggling for a 10th player. I kept saying Thiago every time he would do this,
So what,
which I thought was rude.
He's not on your list.
So that means your football...
You're a Spurs fan.
No,
you've
I-
been
no,
watching.
no, listen,
you've been
listen.
watching Ndembele play,
Harry Winks
and you're
and
not
that.
and Winks and that, and
no,
you're not rating Thiago.
I rate Thiago. I do really rate Thiago. I think he's sick, but he just don't make my top 10.
So you would have had Hakim. You would have had Hakimi in there over him, basically.
Oh, Hakimi was... Yeah.
So that means, bro, I can't wait to hear your... Trent must have made this. Because if Hakim was there, Trent has
Trent
to
is...
be
Trent's cold in that, but...
the best.
It's mad that it's mad that you're seeing right backs before centre mids.
I know.
But why?
What's wrong with
why?
that?
Why? Because
wrong with
for
that?
me, I'll tell
They're
you
all
why.
ballers.
Josh
but
Kimmich.
You see, for me, yeah, like it's football's about its influence. Like how much influence can you have on the result of the game?
First of all, we're talking about Thiago. Second of all, Dan is 1 1/4 magnums through, and he's already put his hand all the way across boat
gosh, I had to
and
pull him
forced
out the
him
way.
back.
It's awful. Come like
It's
he's
getting
marking me.
physical.
Yeah, but
It's
you're
getting
not
physical.
marking me, Dan. Leave me alone. Come on, yeah.
But differently though, Thiago for me,
Yeah, go on.
Thiago's in that pool of players like that. He could have been 10th, but it might have been some of like he's very close.
I don't know.
for me.
Boy, at end of the day, centre midfielders. I've got my best centre midfielder the best centre midfielder for me in the world is in my list. The second one didn't make it, and nor did the third.
What you're
That was a lot. That's not making it. That was nonsense. No one's mad at Thiago Lavade. That's like...
No, I would have been mad. I would have been mad if he didn't make the top 10. I'll be honest with you.
You'd have gone mad.
Same. He's a baller.
You'd have been mad.
Yeah, no, because he's too
others,
he's
though.
too
He
cold.
didn't
No,
make
he's
mine,
too
I
so-
cold.
think of many people. Bro, remember he plays for Bayern and he makes that team tick.
I don't think there's 10 better footballers than him in the world. I'll be honest with you. I don't think
in
there is.
terms of
in his position.
No, in any position.
That's the right thing to
No,
say,
in
yeah.
any position. I
In
don't think
his
there's 10 better
position.
footballers than Thiago in the world right now.
Let's move on to number 9 in the list.
Come on, man.
And he is the highest placed African player. Yes, African man. Sadio Mane. Anyone other than Loons?
Ninth.
Anyone other than Loons want to chuck in on Sadio Mane?
Ninth. That's mad.
I had him at 10.
Wow.
Where do you expect him to be, roughly?
Me,
Top
I
three?
say, look, not top 3. I had him
You had him 5th.
5th. Yeah, and I just said he's the best, for me, arguably the best player in the Premier League. Yeah. So,
Yeah, he's not though, but yeah.
no, it's
Arguable.
bro. It's
But
not,
I'm saying, but it's not, so it's not an argument.
It's not. It is, but it's an argument, bro.
It's not.
Well,
Factually-
Messi voted him
Well, no, it's
World
not
Player of the
argument.
Year last
Thank
year,
you.
didn't
So
he?
it's an
last
argument.
year.
It's an
No,
argument.
what you mean to say is he's in the conversation.
That's it.
Not an argument.
That's what I'm talking about.
He's kind of in the
Arguably,
conversation.
arguably
No,
means
he's not.
it's
He's
not a
not.
fact.
He's not.
No, it doesn't.
No,
I'm
I'm with you.
Exactly.
It means it's not a fact.
I'm with him.
I think Mane is ice cold. Definitely one of the best players in the league. He's not the best, but he's one of the best players.
Arguably the best.
He's probably the best winger in the league, and he's a top quality. And I think he is world class as well. But I rate
100%
my list highly.
And he never made it.
No, he never made that.
Never made
Is
it.
he the best African player in the world right now?
100%.
Maybe, but listen to this though.
100%.
You know what I would
I
say?
don't know.
He's the best African player in the world.
Is
Who's
he?
the guy with Daka?
Yeah.
You know what I always thought? You see when Barcelona bought Coutinho, I always think they fucked up and they should have bought Mane.
They weren't
and I was
going.
saying it from back then. Like for me, at the time when they signed Coutinho, Mane was the best player at Liverpool.
Boy, honestly,
Yeah, but
I'm
would he
just
have worked
gonna
for
go back.
their setup though?
I'm just saying, Sadio Mane, the last time Bayern Munich looked like beatable, he's the guy that done it. Like the facts. You know what I'm saying, innit? He's the guy that done it. For me, he's the best player in the Premier League. He's
Easily the best African player in the world.
easy.
Are you sure though? Are you sure though?
All of Africa, Egypt, Morocco, all that.
Bro, a man just gonna.
Everyone's claiming he's better than Salah. Yeah, you're all agreeing that.
Yeah, he's better.
Did he have a better season than Morris?
Yeah.
You say that, but are you sure?
100. He won the league.
Just a question.
He won
Yeah,
the
no, but
league.
statistically.
No,
He won the
not
league.
Liverpool.
I'm asking
I just
He
mean him.
was in the top scorer, top goal scorer 10, and he was in the assist 10.
100%.
So
This is what I'm saying. So what he's not doing it on,
Like-
because regardless of
That's
in
what I'm
your
asking.
opinion of whether he had a better season than Mahrez or not, he's better than Mahrez.
I don't think. I'm just putting it out. I just pose a question.
The thing is, you know why I don't trust Bolt now, yeah? Because Bolt brings
There's
up
so many
statistics.
reasons.
There's loads of reasons.
No. I was
give me a
asking.
Bluetooth.
But do you know what it is? Yeah, Bluetooth. Because you know what? You bring up stats
You lot are
as and
suckers.
when you need them.
You lot are suckers.
You chat shit.
No, both
90%
of you are
the
suckers.
time, And then you bring up stats for no reason.
Yeah, meaty one.
Was that supposed to bang? I don't know.
I'm
asking you.
No,
Wait, but I'm just gonna I'm gonna come back to you, Dan, because African correspondent who for years framed himself, Specs framed himself as like the biggest champion of African football.
He hates Africa.
Absolutely. Specs, you didn't have my name. You didn't have
Hey,
my
but
name.
He hates Africa.
He's got the.
He
the
put it out.
Twembe
He pulled it
tribe
out just
bands
now.
on
He
and
pulled
that.
it out just now.
I'm African, so you need to trust what I'm saying.
I trust you, man.
Mane is not gifted and talented. no. Let's be honest. He's good. He's good because he works super hard.
So you ain't got.
He wasn't born with it. So Mane, for me, works hard, gets the results done. When you talk about the best African players, JJ Okocha, Weah, he's not in that category. He's not gifted and talented.
He's not sexy.
Yaya Toure.
It's not.
It's
It's
just
all
a-
over
It's
the
not
place.
even just. It's
But
not
look,
sexy.
to be the best, you don't have to do a flip flap and a step over.
I'm not
bro.
saying you are.
100%.
You've got to be able. You see, you got to have a high percentage of, chance creation. So you're an attacker. You got to have decision making. He's got all of that. He's got all of that. Ball retention. Don't lose the ball.
He's a super worker.
Strong. Scores important goals.
Loons.
JJ Okocha was at Bolton. Do not compare.
If
them.
I saw you,
do
Loons,
not do it.
Loons.
Do not.
If I saw you
do it.
videos,
Stop,
if I
bro.
saw you
A
videos,
flip-flap's not winning
Hey,
me over.
If I saw you videos,
it's not winning me over.
If I saw you videos of football in Africa right now,
Yes.
flat balls, 17 aside, and people touching the floor and doing skills in sand.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah,
I've
that's
seen
what I'm saying.
that.
Do you know what?
So that's
I'm with Loons though. It takes more than just the looking sexy.
No,
it takes
it
the
has
way
to-
the way Mane presses.
Bro.
I see you try and press like that.
Chest first.
There was no chance he was doing. There's no chance he was pressing like Mahrez.
No,
I was pressing like Marnie.
He was pressing like
pressing
Mane.
like
but
Cantor.
you remember that? Do you remember that Barclays advert?
No,
with
you see
the-
what? If you lot, I'm going to let you lot all run because I'm going to get
Sweet,
results.
sweet,
But the fact-
sweet.
That's it, sweet. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, go on. You said you're gonna let man
Yeah, you
run.
said it, so leave it.
You know that? You remember that Barclays advert with the old men? You remember that Barclays advert with the old men, the walking
Yeah, the
football,
walking
the
football.
walking football. That's how he presses.
You know what? I tell you what Loons is. He's reactive. Right? He's not proactive.
I'm reactive. The ball's
yeah.
near me. Yeah, it's not near me.
Can I just say as well? He said he got an 8 as a striker that day. He
No,
looked like he was playing
inside
wing back.
forward.
He looked like he was playing wing back.
Inside forward, bro.
outside.
But we're talking 9th player in our list, and it's Sadio Mane.
And I played similar that day.
Okay, but do you know who? I just want to bring it back because everyone had really good lists. But who did you have
I don't even know.
second in your list?
Sure. Let me hear this.
I bet Bolt had his wife.
I want everyone to know.
You're a fucking prick.
I want everybody to know at this point.
yo.
Boat carried a player. Boat carried a player to 12th in the list with the only person to vote for him, and he had him second. I just want everyone to know at this stage, we're doing
you
the
want-
9th, but we're gonna
You
go
just
on
want me
Boat.
to tell you who my
Yeah.
second
Tell us who it was.
Okay, so based on the fact that it's obviously a Manchester United target and his quality in, I think he's got the most.
Second in his list.
Can I please explain?
yeah, go on,
Let me land.
Yeah.
Most assists and I believe goal contribution in the top 5 leagues in the world. I believe. Absolutely. Thank you very much, sir.
What?
Second in his
What are
list.
you talking about?
Jadon Sancho's second.
Second best in the world.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Based on. Based on.
Hey, have you heard of
Based on-
Mbappe and Neymar in them, man? Have you heard
Based
of them,
on.
man?
Let me go on.
Based on, that's why I was asking. Yeah, neither did I. That's why I was asking Tego at first before we started the show. What are we basing this on? Are we basing
yeah, you've done
it?
the
Wait
half.
a minute, Loons, you're still
The other
talking. I'm
half.
trying to talk, please. Okay. Are we basing it on recent performances?
you know why I don't
You're
fuck
still. I'm trying to talk. I'm trying to talk.
yeah, but
And now I'm still trying to talk. What I'm saying is I'm trying to talk. Tigo, I love you, but I'm trying to talk as well.
Hold on. Nobody gets a presidential pedestal to just talk and talk. You can't filibuster your list.
Let him land. Let him land.
Say something.
Let him land.
All I was asking was, are we basing it on recent performances like last 12, 18 months, or who we think is the best 10 in the world?
You're wrong either way. So
How? Which one is it?
No,
How?
Sancho.
How can it be wrong either way?
Of course he has. Second best in the world.
What are we doing? What are we doing here?
Season
How can you
wise.
tell me?
Season-wise.
Wait.
Given who he's around as well.
Lewa.
What are we doing?
Season-wise, Lewa. We got bad boys here.
No, so you said Lewa.
Gnabry.
I
Continue.
didn't, but
All right, no, we're not continuing. I just wanted to give everyone a gauge of some of the weird things that happened on our list. And that's why we needed such a big panel. And the votes included from Scribs, Greg and Felix behind the camera, Loon, Lippy, Dan, Specs, Tego, Geordie, Margs, Harry, and Scorcher. So one person's Jadon Sancho second best in the world cannot change the list that much.
You know, it's up to you. Your t-shirt's terrible as well, by the way. It's up to you.
Yeah, man's got flesh-coloured t-shirt.
That t-shirt is shocking.
Topless.
Look at the
I
colour.
thought you was topless.
Look at the colour, bro. As a black man, you can't be doing these kind of things.
I thought you was topless. I thought you was topless, bro.
If you read the magazines, mud water is in.
No, I thought it was topless. I thought it was topless, bruv.
Oh, Jesus.
My sweat patching.
You got burgers. You got burgers. They're called burgers.
Loon, your ears are massive. Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
They ain't, man.
All right.
They ain't.
Number 8.
They ain't.
Number 8 on the list is a player that I'm surprised didn't get more people voting for him, but the people who did voted for him pretty high. Thomas Mller.
Oh, what?
I refuse. He didn't make man.
He didn't make man.
you man are bare English.
No, they didn't make mine.
Specs had him
You
third.
man are bare English.
No.
He should.
Why
Okay,
he
so
didn't
now-
make mine? Why he didn't make mine is because it's a toss-up. Yeah. I think him and Bobby Firmino are exactly the same.
How dare you?
Loon.
How dare you?
Loons, come on.
Loon. Come on. Loon. Stop looking behind you. They're not on the camera. Look here.
We
Loon.
spoke.
Yeah,
We spoke.
You know,
Loon.
somehow you've managed to turn a player who has played
Actually,
like
explain.
12 years at the top of the game, who's like won everything there is to win, who's just had a season where he's bagged like 20 goals, 20 plus assists.
Broke the assist
and talked
record
about,
in Bundesliga.
And broke the assist record, and you talk about a Liverpool player. Scorcher, talk to me about Thomas Miller.
Bro, I'm still rattled that man are comparing Firmino and Mller. That's rage.
Bro, I just said.
No, go on.
Wait. Let me just tell Scorcher. Scorcher gonna rate me again. Watch this. You're gonna rate me.
Why is he looking for
You're gonna rate me. Watch this. I said to Tego. I said I want to swap Firmino with no other striker in the Prem. Only person who I'll take over him, Thomas Miller.
Which I get. Thomas Miller in Liverpool's system in that false 9, I like it.
It'll be crazy.
Bro,
Yeah, I like
for
that.
me, said. For me, I don't even really play a false 9. He plays
You know
like
what I'm
almost
saying?
false 8.
Yeah.
So I'm back on
He's
track.
DM.
He's a DM.
Yeah.
Back on
You
track.
see one thing I say about Thomas Miller. You know why he has to be in a list, yeah? You can't tell me any team, no matter what the style, whatever. You can't tell me any team that Thomas Muller wouldn't fit in and have
Man
a
United.
Man United.
Man United.
Thomas
Man
Muller
United.
could go and
Tottenham.
play for Man
Where?
United.
How?
and
We're changing our system then. How? Where? Who's where?
Bro,
How?
trust me, the guy is very boring and
Bro,
very
you
smart.
see Thomas
Oh, so you're
Muller.
trying to send shot to Man United.
Bro,
Very-
see
very
Thomas
boring, very
Muller, he
smart.
don't look like his thing ain't playing neat and all that. His
high
thing is
football IQ.
impacting game.
High football IQ.
That's
High.
it.
He's a killer.
If he's got to go out to the right wing to get on it and whip it, he'll do that. If he's got to play DM,
He's a
he'll
baller.
do that.
I
If he's
reckon
got to go number and make
He's
onesie
not-
behind,
he's
he'll
not
do
playing the
that.
Man United system.
Bro,
I
I'm
rate him
just
as a
saying
baller,
to
but he's
you,
not playing the Man
you
United
see
system.
me and you see everyone here. You see great teams in your lifetime, Brazil
Yeah.
and Barcelona. He has been part of their demolishing.
Links.
Him, Thomas Muller. He's been
7-0.
Again, like, if you
7-1.
You know when you're young, when you
Eight
first play football games,
twos.
who do you play? Brazil.
What?
Yeah, he smashed them 7-1.
And one thing about Thomas Muller,
Yeah.
he's a killer.
Killer.
If you can be,
Murderer.
I've seen him 5 up, 6 up, 7 up.
don't
Other
stop.
players will be like, all right, give them a
Yeah,
He's
break.
still running. He goes on and he celebrates.
Because he sees space, he's like,
He's a round
it's my
boy
job.
arm.
Let's get this space.
You know that's what he says. He says, yeah, he's
got meaty
he's
jokes.
he's got a fixed position on the board or whatever, yeah. But his thing ain't actually to play any position. He just goes and attacks space.
So what has he got? He's got an old school. Because I used to get told to have, for district.
No, we're not doing that.
Free roll.
We're not
When you was
doing
balling.
that.
When you was balling.
Free roll.
You get given a free roll. You are getting given a free
Bro,
goal.
what? Bro, you see? Alright, run back that chest assist thing, yeah?
No way.
No,
No, let go.
Key pass.
Hey, edit this out, man.
But wait,
no, actually,
shut up,
put it in.
That for going. Go.
Listen, yeah. I'm not saying about the key pass.
You still talking about yourself?
Look at the shirt number. Look at the shirt number.
What is it, a 10?
That's all I want.
Oh, let me kill you.
Go, please.
I wear that same shirt I wore it for no rules. Same kit, we shared.
What does that mean?
I'm just letting you know. That ain't even no behaviours kit. That's Joe Black just getting some shirts from the back. From the back. Don't let Joe Black fool you.
I know
Like,
where
he
you got
ordered
them shirts from.
Get your money back. He didn't order them shirts, my man. He didn't order them shirts.
I know where I picked up black, so we got the shirts together.
Why won't your name?
I know where they came from.
Why won't your name on top of the number 10?
What? Because,
He peeled off Gonzalez.
wait. My name on the back. Bro, super necessary can't fit, really. You know what I'm saying?
What did he say? Super necessary.
Alright, in two episodes, we've managed to have Loons compare himself to Thomas Mller and Sadio Mane on the pitch in the same game. That is a player.
Bro,
You're
The
a baller
Mane Mller role
bro, listen.
know what?
And so, one time I played centre back. Virgil.
in the same game.
Listen, let's get back to Muller. Muller's cold, and listening to you talk, I feel like maybe I could have made space for him in my list because he never made my list.
I'm sad about that.
And he's absolutely cold, and everything he's saying are right. But and he had a dope season this year as well.
Trezeguet's right.
But I feel like
I bet you're gonna say playing style.
Trezeguet's right, man.
no. It's not even his playing style. Like he's very, very cold. I just feel like if we was talking a few seasons ago, he would 100% have been in there.
No, he's bro. I still
This
think
season
he's
he just
a
had-
purple patch.
Is he getting in you lot's team?
I'm not a prisoner of the moment.
that
I
he's-
feel
he's
like there's 10 better players out there in the world.
He's
than him.
better than them. I'm saying, is he playing in you lot's
What
system?
saying is,
I'm
see,
asking you.
There's some players, yeah,
He fits in Chelsea.
that you can't see.
But answer that
what
one,
they
though.
do.
Yeah.
You don't even know you're dead till you're dead. You know what I'm saying?
That's
He's
fair
that
enough.
kind of player.
He's-
You don't know you're finished until you're 4-0 down. You're trying to work out what's
Didn't
happening.
Chelsea play them?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
mashed us up.
Chelsea,
He
I believe
mashed us
Chelsea,
up.
Spurs, and Arsenal
them.
fans
Yeah.
can tell
Yeah,
you
he did.
Listen,
how good he is.
Bro, and the worst thing is,
I rate him.
he's
When
so
he come
smart.
against us,
He's so smart.
Fabinho
It
and
looks.
Kendo had him.
Hey, trust me, Loons. He's so smart. It looks like it's Gnabry.
Yeah, you know what?
He's so smart. It looks like it's someone else
That's
doing it.
my
to you. It's
number
him.
10.
That's why.
yeah,
That's
I
why.
could've-
Because you're
I could've
saying
put him in
that.
there.
That's why he was third on my list. Because
Third.
yeah.
He makes the man
That's
them.
high, but-
You see Thomas Muller, he makes the man them around him look cold.
The season he just had, I can't stress. Those numbers are not. They're just ridiculous. Number 7 on our list, and he is the youngest player on our list. Kylian Mbappe.
who didn't pick Mbappe here on this table right now?
Someone said that's a bit high.
There's
I
a
heard
few
that,
people
innit?
who didn't pick
You
Mbappe.
two didn't.
I put
Stop
me,
the chairs.
My
Why they
thing,
on the chairs?
once it filled up, I
All
couldn't
jokes
bother to try and
aside,
think
that's
of
mad.
more.
That's mad.
I put Mbappe
But don't
fourth.
put me in the same place as him.
Bro, listen.
I'm saying that.
I know he always says that I don't make. This is the main point. Yeah, they're the world champions, bro. Yeah, they're the world champions, and he won the World Cup for France. Homeboy has to be in the top 10 best players in the world.
When you
He
see
does
man, it
so
might make
much
sense.
week in, week out for Paris Saint-Germain.
No,
Champions
then,
League.
no.
Champions
World
League.
Cup. Just drop the World Cup out. These two did not have Kylian Mbappe in their 10.
What, them
But
two?
mine was through.
Stop trying to
mine,
excuse
I
it. You
had to
didn't have
think
him in
about
there,
it.
that's
But if you've got Hazard and no Mbappe, your list is.
I'm
void.
gonna be brutally
Your list is
honest.
void.
I
Hold
forgot.
on, whoa. Wait,
He pulled out of it.
I forgot Mbappe was even a player until just now.
I heard that.
I
But
forgot.
when you not said Thiago,
you're smart. I rate
when you not
What's
said
this?
Thiago, I was there.
Watch this, Loons. Yeah, watch this. Bo, why don't you pick Mbappe? I want to hear this. Why didn't you pick Mbappe? Because you got Sancho number 2, remember?
Yeah.
So why did you pick Mbappe?
And Haaland 3.
And Bruno Fernandes
Bo,
5.
listen to me.
Bruno Fernandes
Listen to me now. If you don't answer this properly, I don't want to see you on this table ever again.
I don't want to see him.
Seriously, Sancho, but not Mbappe. Why?
Ross,
As I said, obviously he's a Manchester United target. We cannot get Kylian Mbappe at all, ever.
So if you're linked to Mbappe, you're putting him in your list.
Probably.
See, that's you. This is your fault, you know. This is your fault. Yeah, because what you're doing,
I
yeah.
can see how he said that. I
Yeah.
can see how.
What you have done with Liverpool players is what you Man United done. This is what you have done now.
Bro, but I'm doing it to Man United players as a Liverpool fan. So my thing's logistics. Like, why is he hating on a PSG player?
Explain what logistics means.
Logistics.
Explain what logistics means. You do this all the time. You do this all the time. Explain what does logistics mean.
It
Explain. that.
means moving shit. It makes sense to me.
I know what I missed out on Mbappe, but it's mine's an honest mistake.
Your Kylian Mbappe, ability-wise,
Yes.
is better than most of the guys in the list.
Yes.
I had Jadon Sancho in there.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on one sec. Wait, I got. Yeah, go on. Let me hear
Now,
this.
Gun,
now.
what you gonna say?
No.
So yeah, he's ability-wise, he's one of the. He's better than them. So let me hear the rest though.
We're basing it on last season.
No,
well,
we're not.
I was. Sorry, I was.
Okay,
Not
alright,
everybody
cool,
else.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
it. There was a period where Kylian Mbappe was injured. How many games was that? It was quite a
yeah,
while.
you're right, he's
So
right.
I'm talking about now, based on the season that we just had. That's why I had Jadon
So
Sancho
if
in my list.
Messi
and not-
gets injured, he's not in the list.
But hold on one
Cool
second.
now.
Mbappe went to the
No, Messi
Champions
was in my
League
list, but-
final though.
Yeah,
He was-
Mbappe was at the Champions League.
Doing
final.
what? Doing what in the Champions League? final?
What do you mean doing what? Only
I'm
one
asking
player
you,
scored in the game.
I'm asking you doing what? There was one move that Kylian Mbappe
he
made.
made-
that
he
should have
made-
got. There was
he
one.
moved
Stop.
like
Let me
big
talk,
worm,
please. There was
man.
one move that he
He
should have got
should've
penalty for.
scored.
What
He
else?
should've
What
scored.
else
Right,
did he
he
do?
should've scored.
So-
Okay,
so-
and
coming
what?
from
And what
injury-
did? What
coming
did?
from
And
injury in
hold
the
on.
semis,
What
innit?
did?
They
What
bring
did?
him on, they
what-
changed up the
Sorry,
game.
sorry. What did Jadon
No,
Sancho do in
no,
the
he
final of the
didn't.
Champions
No, he
League?
didn't get there.
Yeah, exactly. So what are you talking
But
about?
I answered the question that somebody
Who knocked
asked me.
Dortmund out again?
Hey, can
PSG.
anyone ever been removed from this?
PSG, innit?
Yeah.
Can you remove people from this?
This is mad.
Like during the show?
This is mad.
It's never been done.
I honestly,
mad.
Yeah,
I
that's
think,
that's an L.
I personally think,
That's a
yeah,
big L.
if there's a unanimous vote to remove remove Bolt, I think it should be removed.
No, because we'll
I'm being
win.
serious. I'm not
No,
sure
we'll win the vote, but he's not gonna go.
Do you know what? No. Do you know what? Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? I get it. If you lot all vote,
No.
Let me talk.
I'm with
Let
you.
me talk. If you all vote, if you all vote unanimously, who's a wicked man to move in from this chair?
Oh, okay. Oh. Everyone. 1 second. Before we get physical.
I'm asking you.
Before we get physical.
No one's gonna get
I don't
physical.
want to touch that brown t-shirt. that's what I'm not touching. So
brown
I'm involved.
t-shirt.
Yeah, I'm saying.
And this is the kind of thing that happens when Dan admits he made a mistake,
Patches on the Doodoo Brown t-shirt and wants to get physical.
and then Boat lives in his mistake. Is we don't end up talking about the youngest player on our list, who's one of the 10 best players in the
Yeah,
world.
Bolts flopped him to make him eighth.
I got a question though.
Easily
Yeah?
fourth best player in the
Because
world.
certain man didn't have him, but I can't remember who you forgot or
Just
whatever.
Dan
However it
Boat,
goes.
yeah.
Boom, yeah. You see, if this is 2 years ago, I feel certain that everybody here has him in their list.
I agree, yeah.
So would man say that
You're
in 2 years Mbappe's fallen off?
It's,
No,
no.
Has-
But that's why.
Has football got super better since then?
What's happened? Football moves quickly.
my man,
Football moves
football
quickly.
has not moved past Mbappe.
Football,
I know that.
football moves quickly. This is especially
whole nother
2 years ago. The same way you said 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I'd have had Lionel Messi. I don't know if I should tell you where I had him on my list, but I would have had
I
him
don't
high.
think anyone minds.
I would have had him way higher than I had
Where
him
did you
on this
have
list. I
him?
think
Where
it's
did you have
fifth.
Hey, where's it? Where's it?
Nah, do that. Let me just.
Can I go and get yeah, man.
That's it. You would think AC was sitting there.
Bolt, this is class.
Number 6 on our list is
Go on, this is gonna get interesting.
the highest placed defender,
Come on.
Virgil has to be.
Virgil van Dijk.
Come on, easy. This is what I'm saying. This is why he's one of the reasons why Thiago didn't make my list.
Well,
Because of
only
what I said
one
about him.
person on our panel didn't vote for him, and he's not near a microphone right now.
On my mother's life, I thought I had Virgil in my.
Oh.
On God. You just bet my.
Yeah, exactly.
On God.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I listen. Pause.
No, his leg, his
Put it away,
leg,
put it
his
away.
leg.
Pause. I swear, that, no bands. Dan, if you are happy about that, I'll headbutt you in your face. Don't ever do that again. Listen. On the Bible, on my life, on my mother's life, I thought I had Virgil in my list just now. I swear to God.
You're gonna bring up the Bible.
Like for those who are Christian, I swear to God, I meant to put Virgil.
You know
That's not- that's-
you
everything else-
fucked up when
everything
you're
else-
going for the Bible.
Everything else you can kill me with. Everything else you can kill me with.
He don't care about
Man did the
God.
God one.
Don't do that.
You made a promise in front of God and you broke it.
Don't do that. Mum's life, I had Virgil on my list because even when he said,
No, he didn't.
We're not
I
gonna
didn't-
take.
I didn't send it.
Obviously, mum's
Where
like,
was he in your list?
Everything else.
Where was he in your list?
Yeah, that's
You
the
know what?
question.
I think he was like 5th or 6th.
Gotta do wife.
Honestly, I'm not even
What do you
joking.
mean you think he was?
Mum's
Where
life.
was he
Wifey's
actually?
life. Wifey's life.
Mum's
You forgot.
life.
No.
Wifey's life. Wifey's life.
So what we have now,
On my mother's life.
what we have now is another example of why people should have iPhones, because his iPhone magically deleted Virgil van Dijk.
It was me.
Sorry,
Van
sorry,
Dijk's
you
probably the best centre
He is.
half in the world.
He was ninth on my list. I put him ninth.
I think I put him 5th.
He's the best, isn't it?
No, I put him ninth. I put him ninth.
Good. He's good.
Obviously, he was gonna. I think he was gonna finish sixth regardless because everyone voted for him apart from.
That is an L. I
But
had
Loons had him second
What,
in the world. Van Dijk.
It's not mad though.
That-
You gotta think,
yeah.
if you appreciate defending,
I
then
agree.
I can
You
kind
don't
of.
appreciate defending. Are you taking the piss? Are you taking the piss?
I can only guess.
What was I talking about?
All jokes aside, let everyone finish their laughing. Go on. Because I'm telling you, top managers, the top managers and top players, he came second in the world from their votes alone.
I have him third because
Facts,
I
like, I'm
think
not
as
giving you no
the
bullshit.
Premier League
He
champions,
came second.
as Premier League champions last year's Champions League winners, I just think I've not seen
He
one
was-
single player have an impact
Like
on the top team in the world the way that Van Dijk has. I just think he's unreal.
T, you know my theory on Van Dijk. He was on my list. Listen, I'm not gonna argue.
Bro.
He's the best, but he ain't got competition. There's not enough good defenders out there.
You're right.
Man don't want to hear this, yeah. People, they got this stat. No one goes past Van Dijk.
That's meaty stat. It's a defender. People
But
go
Van
past
Dijk,
him.
but Van Dijk though, he also is bare low on complete attack. Like he doesn't
This is
actually
why. This
engage.
is what I
man.
say.
He doesn't engage.
He
doesn't.
is the
Or do
best
man
in the
not
world.
engage him?
He is the best in the world. But I personally think Van Dijk hides just a little bit.
Just a bit
Hides,
sometimes.
Just a bit.
How
And
can
I'm
you
not,
hide
you
that?
know what it is?
Hide,
As a
though.
defender, yeah, especially when you're a defender in a team that has a high press and a high line, yeah, all you gotta do is drop 10 yards and you look like the hero every time.
Yes.
I don't think he looks like the hero every
He
time.
don't look like the
I
hero.
think all the
He
time he
does.
looks like the
Listen,
hero.
He's
see
the hero
what he
because
does?
he- because-
he just
because-
keeps his eye on your main guy. As soon as he tries to burst through, he just gives him that old school.
Yeah, but do you know what, yeah? Do you know why?
This
Do you
is
know
no,
why?
but this is, no. Hold on. As I said, and you're talking one-on-ones or you're talking two-on-twos.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what he does in the air. Let's talk
Okay.
about his distribution.
No, I'm not saying
Let's
he's
talk
not.
about
He's all-rounder
receiving
guy.
the
He's the
ball
guy.
under
No,
pressure.
he is the best. I'm not
Exactly.
saying he's not the best, but
guy.
I'm saying
What about
But
Cole?
man
How
don't
about
acknowledge
Jan
that
Lovren?
he's got faults.
of course, and he can be got at 100%.
Every player can be got.
But what I'm
they
saying is
can.
he can be got at more than because there's no real
More than
competition,
who?
yeah.
Facts.
More than he can be got at more than people think. It's because
what-
you build, you know, like where you just build this thing around this guy's such a baller. All of a sudden, in your team meetings midweek, you're treating this guy like such a baller, and all of a sudden, my man's become
I don't
that
think
baller.
bro, you know
He
what?
backs
player.
off.
See, last player I saw.
Morata gave him nightmares.
Bro, I see the last player that. Bro, nightmares.
Nightmares.
Who did Morata play for?
Morata running.
Bro, well, listen. You can go
As soon as he had
we
to
can
start
do
defending.
all that. We could do all that. We could do Morata gave him nightmares. Let's run it back to when Morata was at Chelsea. Yeah, Morata came off early doors.
That wasn't
45
even Morata.
45 minutes.
Okay, yeah, but
That guy's
no,
a
but-
dick.
yeah,
Anyway,
but
that guy's a
Morata
princess.
at
Stop
Chelsea's
it.
an irrelevant conversation.
No, but that's 2 games he's had. One Van Dijk.
No, let's just talk about
one
that.
Morata. You'll say
See,
did Morata score? No. So stop it. He didn't.
I'm
Stop.
saying he
Stop.
gives the initial defensive duties.
score.
He gives them to Gomez or whoever his partner is.
Yes.
Trust me,
yes.
he's the one who sweeps.
You don't watch Liverpool now.
He sweeps.
Ain't
He
that smart?
sweeps.
Ain't that smart?
It's smart.
Yes,
but
it's
in the
smart.
area.
Because
No, but what I'm saying is
But
Gomez.
how do we know it's because you're like there's a thin line between knowing it's because you're smart and because you can't do it.
Yeah.
But we're assuming that he can.
But you've seen him do it though.
no,
But what I'm saying is,
like,
yeah,
he
alright,
doesn't.
yeah,
He
you know
drops
what?
off all the
Liverpool
time.
do that a lot. So, for example, Hendo has the same thing. We're here saying Hendo is potentially in the top 10 players in the world.
How
Who's
dare
the
He's
you?
lead?
not.
Who's
But
lead? Who's
I'm
lead?
saying,
I didn't say that.
okay. But
Top
some
one
people are.
captains.
Some people are. He was in the argument. Yeah. He is the final one of that press. That press starts with Firmino, with Mane and them, man. By the time the ball kind of filters its way through a midfield towards where Hendo is, that ball's been under so much pressure that the chances are the pass, by the time it gets to the player that Hendo's looking after, he can dispossess it.
The thing is, I need man to accept though. Like people speak as if he's perfect. He's not perfect.
He's the closest thing to perfect.
When you're the
He's
best
the
in the world.
closest thing
Key
to
word.
He's the closest thing to
But then,
perfect.
if there's nobody else,
Okay,
Scorcher,
and
if
then
there's
can
nobody else,
I
that's him.
ask a question? Has Virgil van Dijk, as a Liverpool player, ever played alongside a centre back half as good as him?
No.
We don't know.
And the best centre backs in other eras.
Yoshida.
Hold on.
Yoshida.
One sec.
Gomez.
They're not half as
Loon,
good
one
as
sec,
him.
one sec. Loon, one sec.
what he's saying, you
Let me
dickhead.
land it. Why are you jumping in early? Because
dickhead?
you talk about Rio Ferdinand, you talk about John Terry.
Personal, are you a dickhead?
The Rio Ferdinands, the John Terrys, the great centre backs of Serie A.
But they were partnerships.
There's two.
Yeah.
Van Dijk, you're talking about a player that's a one, and don't get me wrong, I'm not rubbing out.
And you can put anyone next
I'm
to
not
him.
rubbing out Gomez and Matip as players.
Put
They're both good
anyone,
players,
yeah.
but they are not Carvalho.
Trust me, Gomez is better than we think. And so is
He's
whoever
good,
gets
good
back.
I think Gomez is cold.
Good player, very good player.
But what I'm saying is, he don't look like the hero all the time.
Okay, but
VVD looks like the hero all the time.
let's not talk about heroes. Let's talk about let's talk about how there's centre backs in the world who ain't that good, who everyone in this country at least will go. He should play DM because he can play football.
Let's talk about John Stones.
We talk about John Stones. We talk about David Luiz. We talk about all these players that play regular minutes in the Premier League at the top level. They can play DM. Let me tell you something. Van Dijk can play DM.
Yeah, he can. He's played DM. He can.
Van Dijk that's the quality we're talking about here. The best centre back in the world who could play other positions.
But do you know what we got to remember though, Dan, as well, yeah?
Hold on, sorry, can I ask you one question? When you say he could play DM, what are we talking all levels of football?
I'm just saying. Who knows? Who knows?
Or
He's
are
never
we
done
talking
it.
about
He's never done
Burnley
it.
away?
I'm just saying. Virgil van
Burnley
Dijk
away
has
ain't
the
a joke,
qualities.
bro. Burnley away ain't a joke, bro.
That's Chris Wood.
Van Dijk has the overall ability to play midfield.
He
is what
does.
I'm saying.
He's a
Like,
baller.
and all the centre backs we talk about can play midfield. They actually can't.
I mean, it is.
Van Dijk.
Gomez is his partner, and it's like what you sort of
Matt
saying.
could be sometimes.
Week in, week out, there's one striker to occupy the two centre backs. More often than not, he could take a day off.
Who? But that's what you think. When he's, let me bust you like quickly. Last thing. I watch them. When Matip's playing, Van Dijk turns into the Vidic, and Matip will walk the ball out. But if Gomez is playing,
true.
If Gomez is playing, Van Dijk turns into the Ferdinand and will walk the ball out.
Because he can do both jobs.
Because he can do both roles. There's no
Alright,
one
cool.
that does it like that.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that.
Don't like accepting it because of Liverpool thing, but it's the truth.
All right.
Facts.
Right, let's get off that.
Next on the list. Next on the list is a player who everybody voted for apart from one.
Bo.
No. Boat had him high. Someone can own up if they didn't vote for him. Number 5, Kevin De Bruyne.
It was me.
I like he said it with chest though. He said it with chest.
He finished 6th for me. It was 6 for me.
6, yeah?
And it was 6 or 5th. Like it's debatable because I remember I said he's arguably.
How have you made this about you? He didn't vote for him at all.
Not you, Specs. You have to let him
You
get it.
didn't vote for KDB.
I expect.
My top 10.
No, okay, Specs. Explain
You
why.
know what? Yeah, like
I know.
You've been going good up until here.
Let him say.
6. Can you
Specs
name
go.
6 better, please? Quickly.
do you know what it is?
5 better.
Do you know what it is? I was looking at my list. I just had to squeeze 10. I said to myself, KDB, the way you look, it counts. So in my head, I was just like, I got Thiago in there.
Oh, because he's
I
in a
don't
situation.
need him. I don't need him. I don't need him. That's just
Let
why I
me
look
talk.
at it.
Let me talk.
Don't talk to me. Yeah.
Specs, ability-wise, is he in your top 10?
Ability-wise, he's got ability. Yeah, of course he's got ability. Of course he is.
No, is he in your top 10 ability?
It sounded like you. It sounded like you
No,
did.
he's not
I've
my
seen
top
him
10.
do passes
not.
that I didn't even know were there.
He's not in your top 10 in ability.
He's not in my
Now,
top 10.
hold on. You might have a friend here because Scorcher has a hot take about Kevin De Bruyne.
Go.
No, you know what it is? Like, I rate Kevin De Bruyne. He's in my top 10. But there's like this thing. Sometimes people miss out when he doesn't have his best game.
Bro, but that's
Leon.
football.
No, but you know what
No,
it is?
listen,
Human.
no,
Let
listen,
him go.
Let me
Go.
land. It's okay that you can be human. You can have bad, but bro, 50% passing accuracy is mental.
only goes forward.
Do you know why?
though.
Do you know why?
Only
It's
passes
Scorcher.
forward.
Do you know what it is, Scorcher? You see the creatives?
If he
They will
passes
lose the ball
sideways-
more than anybody else. All of them. Bruno Fernandes, Pop,
Yes.
they will all lose the ball more than so then what does
Listen,
that
but
mean?
That's what I'm saying.
listen.
He's always going forward.
There's losing the ball a bit, and then there's raw. It's a liability giving you the ball.
A liability.
So
So
wait,
one
hold
game.
on. Wait,
Your sample size is one game.
But people go on as if these games don't happen.
Your sample size is one game.
But it was their most important game of the season.
No, he's still in.
It was their most important game
He's
of the
still in my
season.
list, but I'm saying, listen, you can't go to the knockout stages.
yeah.
You can't go to the knockout stages of the Champions League and not do your thing when it matters most, and I just pretend I don't know. Huh? This is when I need you to do your thing,
You
Kevin.
did that roll back so smooth.
Can I say this?
No, because Kevin De Bruyne is more than just pass completion.
Yeah.
Anybody fucking
He's the creator. He's the creator.
Leon Britton.
Leon Britton was the most
he's high
pass
on my
completion.
list.
Going sideways, it's more than just pass completion. You can't just be talking about pass completion.
facts.
It's his impact on the
Do
game.
you want some more?
And his quality as a
I've
player.
got more for you,
Yeah,
you
go
know.
on.
Okay, cool. Your centre mid.
Dig your hole for you. Go on.
Your centre
Not a
mid.
centre mid though.
He's playing centre mid.
But go on.
You've been put to play centre mid. So when Aouar's in there, what's it? Aouar? When Aouar's
He's in my list.
When Aouar's in there.
In your list.
When Aouar's in there, getting on it against the bigger, faster, stronger people, he's getting on it, doing his little thing. Kevin De Bruyne, why are you out on the right wing spamming crosses saying
that's
inshallah.
Pep told you.
Inshallah.
Why are you
Stop.
Why are you making that comparison?
You see when it got busy in there, when it got techie, you needed a centre mid to grab their game by the scruff.
Yeah.
Kevin, Kevin De Bruyne.
Margs, 1 second, Margs. Yeah? Because you two look the same. Yeah? I need to address this, yeah? There's 2 Margs at the table, yeah? It's all mad. I was talking to you.
He's a dickhead.
When you had hair. Yeah, I thought I was talking to you in the them days. You must be mad.
He's a dickhead.
Yeah, Paul. Yeah, there's 3 of them in here. There's all the same. It's mad. I was thinking, Margs over there. Scorcher's haircut. Margs is chatting shit over there right now. I clocked as you. I saw the hair. It's mad. But yeah, bro, you're waffling.
Can I just say, Scorcher had him 4th, by the way.
You see, when you start getting to the upper echelons of the game, yeah, it's about moments. It's about particular games. I can't ignore that you didn't hide, but you kind of did hide in stuff. Like, you're supposed to be in here getting on it, doing your Kevin De Bruyne code stuff. All the stuff that you was talking about, this is the game when it really matters.
I was disappointed.
When I watched the
Well, you're not disappointed in that.
when I watched
Human. Your sample size is one
I
game,
know,
bro.
but
And I know
guess
it's a
what?
big game.
Guess what? That one game was enough to bury Mbappe.
No.
Because that one game was enough to bury Mbappe. Man said, right, Mbappe didn't turn up in the Champions League final.
That's
bold.
I'm just giving you an example.
Let me help you with that one.
Because he didn't.
You see that City team that played Leon?
Yeah.
Pep put up some 4-4-2
Yeah, Pep's a
diamond.
wanker.
No, I don't think anyone's gonna.
He 4-4-2 diamond in. My
No
man's
one's-
playing not a position he's used to week in, week out. If you had him in the
But you
free,
describe
on the
Kevin De
left-hand
Bruyne as
side,
being
with
so
half a free
intelligent,
roll,
all these coaches.
Kevin
Nah,
De Bruyne
nah, let's-
doing
let's-
Kevin
let's-
De
Well,
Bruyne.
you're saying he can't-
Both
yeah.
ways.
No,
let's
This
be
is my
totally
thing.
real. Let's break
This
it
is my
down.
thing. This is my thing about Kevin De Bruyne, yeah, is that you can't have it both ways.
Absolutely.
If you're gonna say a man is this sick, you need to hold him to that standard.
He's the best centre midfielder in the world.
That's fine.
He's got to prove
I
it.
don't
Is he-
disagree.
is he
with
on
you.
it?
He's
So
got to
therefore-
prove it, blood. Proved it.
He's the best centre midfielder on our list. So it's and Scorcher's got him as the best centre midfielder on his list. No one
just saying that
disagrees.
he's not-
No one
Yeah, no,
disagrees.
I'm just acknowledging. I'm just acknowledging that I don't really rate against Leon, yeah, when you're just whipping crosses.
You're the same with him as you are
And
with
you're
Virgil
whipping,
van Dijk, innit?
you're whipping crosses to a man you know that's not beating nobody in the air.
Yeah. Also, when it comes down to it, and you look at at least 2 of the players ahead of him, 3 of the players ahead of him. When it comes time for a quarterfinal in the Champions League and things are looking shaky, those are the players that are going to win those games. And Manchester City have not made it to the Champions League final, have not won the Champions League. This was their year. Yeah. And ultimately, if you're playing Leon, come on, KDB.
Specs, you're a coach, yeah?
Youth module. Wait, youth module.
Go on.
Youth module level 2, FA level 2, basketball level 1, cricket level 1. I'm a fucking PE teacher.
Bring Specs.
Bring that back. One of my players that I used to coach just signed for Sporting Lisbon. What do you think about that? No behaviour, my fucking ass.
Okay.
Even shit.
Number 4 on our list is the only Brazilian, Neymar.
He's the best.
Fourth.
Is he fourth?
4th on the list.
Neymar should have finished third, but because he's
Minimum.
fourth, that means
come
Lewandowski.
on.
That means Lewandowski's third.
Oh, somebody on the table didn't vote for him, by the way.
What?
Your list is a bag of fuckery. Fam, this is mad, bro. Why is he not on your list? That's cool. Explain. I'm not a Neymar fan. You see
I'm not a
where
Neymar
I'm
fan.
at? I'll be
I'm not a
honest.
Neymar fan.
You see where I'm at?
I'm not a Neymar
You're just
fan.
keeping up with fuckery.
I'm not a Neymar fan, Scorch.
What is? I don't understand.
How do we know that? I'm not a Neymar. What are you doing, Specs?
Fam, all he does is score goals and get assists.
Yeah, he
I'm
was
back.
third on my list.
What do you want?
What was he saying in the final? Was he that guy?
He took them to the final. They've never been to a
Answer
final
my
because
question,
of
what I
him.
asked.
No, I thought he
said-
played okay.
He played all right.
I thought he played all right.
He should have scored. He played all right. He played. I'd give him
I heard
7
a
out of 10.
breakdown of it today. I think he did. He played quite well.
He played 7 out of 10.
I think he didn't show up at all. And what you were saying, based on what you were saying about KDB and pivotal moments, that applies to him as well. He did not turn up in a pivotal moment. Did he?
You trying to say Neymar's not a big game player?
I didn't say that. Listen to what I said. Don't move the goalpost.
He did
I
show up
said
in a pivotal
he didn't.
moment.
No, he
He
didn't.
did.
In the
He did.
Champions League final, he did not.
You mean he didn't
You
score?
know you're telling. Oh, you know you're telling me no Mbappe and no Neymar. That's what you're telling me.
Yeah, and someone else as well. There was
I
one more
swear,
person.
you got Pogba in your team.
And no. And no Messi.
But Haaland.
Brother, come on.
Haaland in there.
I'm joking.
Boat did have Messi.
I'm joking.
Did have Messi.
But yeah. No.
So what? You don't rate him?
Won't stick you out.
Neymar is a good player. I don't see what he says about what you lot say about not you lot. Scorcher says about
PSG,
and-
biggest comeback in Champions League history ever. Neymar bagged the mental free kick, got man of the match.
Okay, so we can talk about anybody that has one great game.
Who?
One great
No,
game.
wait, who?
A greater game
Wait,
than
wait,
the
give-
best game in
give me
Champions
a
League
great game
history.
like that.
Which one?
Just tell me.
Give me one. Give me one.
What?
Give me one.
I
Give me
bet-
one.
I bet-
What great game are you not talking about? Sorry.
I'm saying the PSG against Barcelona, you're 4-0 down. Neymar dragged them.
And he assists 3
Dragged
goals.
them.
And scored. Yeah.
Tell me another game like that.
That's done that front.
But that wasn't in the
Steven
last
Gerrard.
12 months.
Steven
to be
Gerrard,
fair.
Steven Gerrard
No,
in the
but-
final when Demlot played. Demlot played.
Now he's listening. Now he's listening.
Forget him. And do you know what? I don't.
Do you know
Stop,
what?
pause.
Do you know why I don't rate? Do you know why I don't rate
Pause,
this? Do you know why I don't rate
You
that?
think I do it
Because
because of him?
yeah, that's what you done there. I know what you done.
Score.
You looked at the
Whenever you want to be
room
real.
and
Do
you
you
clocked
want me to be real? You're gonna see it in the camera at any look. I cannot stand Liverpool. They disgust me. They disgust me very much.
Wait,
You asked me.
what
Hold on
was
one
Gerrard?
second. Can I please?
No. There's no goal here. There's no goal to score here. There's no goal to score here. There's no goal to score here.
Because you say it's
Steven
strong, doesn't mean
Gerrard.
it's not
No.
true.
Steven Gerrard
Tilo.
can never have relevance in a conversation about Neymar being fourth.
Loons. Neymar's got to be on every list because I've seen him flick the ball over someone's head and the referee booked him.
Yeah, yes.
That's it.
Fact.
Say that again. Say that again in here.
Skilled
He
up
got
man
booked
so hard
for doing a skill.
Yeah, skilled up
He
man.
got booked for
skilled
doing
up.
a skill.
Yeah, allow it. Saying not respecting the man.
If you love football, players on the wing doing skills,
Whatever.
beating man, he can beat anyone, do anything he wants.
twice.
He
I'll tell
makes
you
kids,
now, if you got a
kids
son-
watch him.
If you got a
and
son
go
who likes
practice their
football,
skill.
that's the guy to make him watch. He's the leader of the new
You
So
should've
I
picked
was,
Tilly's
I was,
moment.
I was talking to Lippy about him the other day when he sent me his list, and he said that he probably would have had him second if not for the fact they didn't win the Champions League, which I kind of do get. I do get it.
Why? Because they have to be winners.
No, because that is
that's
enough.
the
That's enough to
difference. There's a
jump you on a
difference.
big level.
Okay.
That makes you an elite player though, I think.
But look, as far I want him to win it now, just so that no one can ever say that again. That's I know at Barcelona, different thing. I want him now to win it at PSG, just so that no one can have that conversation. Because like I say, in 2014 World Cup when he did his back, him and Thiago Silva got injured, and then they lost to
7-1.
Germany 7-1. Who knows how that game goes?
Neymar's the truth.
I think Neymar's been a bit disappointing in terms of catching the Messis and the Ronaldo.
And what he does with his sister.
He's caught Ronaldo
Yeah.
already.
Number 3 on the list, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, this
Now
is
let's
drunk.
go.
This is
Yeah,
madness.
yeah, I
Man can't tell me right now today Ronaldo is better than Neymar.
But do you know what you're doing? Do you know what you're doing, Scorch? You might be comparing Cristiano to who he was, and then setting his level like this is lower level for him.
Okay.
Based on him.
Yeah, it is
No,
low
I'm
level.
basing
On him, not anybody
I'll
else.
tell you what I'm basing
Yeah,
it
go
on.
on, go on,
I'm
go on.
basing it on you playing for Juventus
Yeah.
and scoring like 6 penalties and not really
back
playing.
post.
well.
And 31 in 33.
No, I
Something
rate
like
it.
that. I
I
think
rate
it's
it.
something like
I
that.
rate it.
Something
But
like
you-
that.
but you're taking every free kick, every penalty. I don't care.
Because you're the
about
best.
Sorry,
Bro, he's
sorry.
got like
Scorch,
one in.
listen,
He's got 1 in 200 free
I
kicks.
think
Scorch,
he's.
you know
I
what it
think,
is?
and I
You know-
think Ronaldo is elite, but I'm looking at Neymar as the difference now.
Why?
I'm saying Neymar's influence, specifically Neymar's influence.
yeah.
No one else in that team, because all their man there was there and had their opportunities seasons before.
Di Maria didn't do bits.
Couldn't do
this
it.
year. No.
Yeah?
Stop.
Boom. You see when Neymar's back now, you get to the final. Yeah. I look at Juventus and I rate Cristiano Ronaldo. He's definitely one of the best players ever. Even one of the best players right now. But his influence didn't take them anywhere.
Nope.
He just
because they were
won
doing that
them.
before.
He just won them the same league.
No.
That
with
they've
a
been
shit
winning.
gaffer.
Been winning.
It doesn't even matter
Been
who was the
winning. No.
gaffer.
But stop.
Alright, no, wait. I want to say this.
you
I
don't
need to
know.
say this.
Give me a
I need to
brief
put a frame on this.
Facts.
I need to put a frame on this. I need to put a frame on this.
Facts, I'm with
Feel
that.
good with that
But
one.
Ronaldo is a
Hold on.
legend of football.
Hold on. I need to put a frame on this. 3 people on this table did not put him in their top 10.
Yeah, that's a,
Scorcher,
doesn't matter, yeah.
Loons, and me.
Yeah, and you are taking the piss because you are doing. You are taking the piss,
I think
and
Tego, I don't know
you
about Tego.
are doing the prisoner of the moment thing, and that's
Yeah.
what I'm telling to you. Yeah, what is the list about? Is the
You
list
lot are
about-
coming with the pro evolution
I'm
stuff.
telling you, is the list about what's happened in the last 12 months or what is?
Pro-evolution
And the fact-
stuff.
Listen, the facts remains, yeah, for the Neymars, the Mbappes, all these dope players in the world, the facts remains, yeah, the 2 best players in the world still today
Yeah.
are Cristiano Ronaldo
that's
and
facts.
Messi.
No,
And
no,
Messi.
no, Messi.
And that's it.
Neymar.
And that's it.
Facts.
That's facts, bro.
You're talking about
How can you not
who's
be-
gonna
are you
be.
crazy?
That's why when you
No,
just
no,
said
no, I'm
about
talking
You know,
about now.
if I make a statement and say facts,
I'm not.
it's
I'm-
true.
I'm talking
You
about
know
now.
how that goes.
You see when you spoke about Cristiano and Neymar, You're saying like his levitation. That's Neymar. This is Cristiano.
Elevation.
Yeah, elevation.
Levitation
That's
is
it.
the-
What the fuck did I say? I don't even know what I said.
You're gone.
Yeah, I know levitation. You're fucking elevation and decline.
Elevation.
Excuse me, sir. Hi, Loon. You said analytics. Do not talk to me. Analytics. That's what you said. You said no.
I said logistics.
I'm talking about
And you said
camera.
analytics.
I said logistics.
You said analytics.
Land.
I said logistics.
Land.
But yeah, go on.
Facts
Yeah,
is,
I said logistics.
right now, what you're doing is comparing Cristiano Ronaldo to what he used to be, instead of actually talking about him.
I just spoke about his season that just went and his 6 penalties in the
Prisoner
league.
of the moment.
Out of how many?
And back
Out of
post
how many
headers.
goals?
How many missed free
Can I
kicks?
Yeah, go on,
can I
go on.
respond?
Yeah, go on.
See, for me, yeah, the season is what? How long is the season?
What are you talking about?
The
Months?
football season.
10.
Do we do?
It's
Do
about
we? Do we
60
do?
games
About
if you're
9 months or
good.
something like that. It's about
Yeah,
9
yeah.
months.
So and then we have one season. So we
Yeah.
have a season, and then the season's done. You got winners, you got losers.
Yeah.
You can assess what you think about it. We have season by season for a reason.
What's
Like
your point?
so for me,
Yeah.
when we play one season, I look at the season and I
you
say,
say
"Bruh,
he's dope."
where we are now.
No, stop. Because if you just
That's
do it by
mad.
the
Let
season,
go, let go.
why are you on to him for putting Sancho second then? My man's got 17 goals, 17
I
assists.
didn't. I wasn't arguing about.
No,
No, if you're just doing one season,
That's the
don't
fact,
chat
right?
shit to me about putting Sancho so high then.
I don't care about Sancho.
No, you
Yeah,
know,
that's
you
what
know,
it is.
but you
You
know,
know
yeah.
better.
No, I didn't argue about
Oh, you
Sancho.
didn't argue about it. Okay, cool. That's fair enough. You
I
didn't.
listen,
I didn't argue.
No, he can't. He didn't argue about something.
No,
I
but-
tell you what, it's undoubted, yeah.
I need subtraction.
Because wait, how
Over
many?
the course of
No, but
over 90 minutes, you've got to worry about Neymar way more than you got to worry about Cristiano Ronaldo.
Do you though? Because this
Yeah,
is
but you don't worry about Ronaldo. When he'll slap 2 goals
no,
in you,
exactly,
that'll be your own fault.
Now, unfortunately,
Dan.
this list isn't who's the most clutch.
No, but my argument in Scorcher. I'm with Margs. Bruv, top 10 or it doesn't matter what season. Messi, Ronaldo
Are 1 and 2. That's it.
There's nothing.
That's
to
it.
discuss.
No,
There's
they're
nothing to talk about.
How can
No, they're
Ronaldo
not.
be 4?
Bro,
What's going on?
Specs, let me Specs.
So what, do you lot-
Specs, let me talk to you 1 second. Sorry,
Finish your
you lot.
second,
No,
Lewandowski.
shush. Yeah, do the finger. Specs, let me talk to you. Yeah, let me talk to you. Yeah? Let me talk to you.
Remember, Ronaldo's not black.
1 second. Let me talk to you. You had Chris Wood and Troy Deeney, bro.
No, we're not
do
doing
that.
that. We're not doing that.
What's
We're not
wrong
doing
with
that.
Chris Wood?
We're not doing that.
What's wrong with Chris Wood?
Listen.
You can't be mad
Listen.
that Ronaldo's out.
It's not-
Shit, listen, you put your friends in some groups. Yeah, we
Loons.
picked from our heart.
Loons, you want to talk about heart? Loons, come on. This is like Undertaker not being in the top 3.
Yeah,
He's
silly.
the best wrestler
It's very
in the world.
silly.
He ain't.
He isn't. Hey.
He ain't.
Touch me.
He has to be.
He ain't.
Who, Mr. WrestleMania?
Specs.
Let's
Punch
not
him
do
up.
this. Let's not do this.
Listen.
I'll raise hell.
Mr. WrestleMania.
not
We're not doing
I'm
it.
not-
It's not disrespectful to have Cristiano Ronaldo outside the top 10. And here's the main reason why. Here's the main
Did you say
reason.
outside the top 10?
Here's the main reason why.
I didn't have him on 10.
Here's the main reason why. What other Serie A player should be in the top 10?
Triple H, The Rock.
The baller.
All three of those are better.
The baller.
You answer the football question.
The baller.
I know I'm a warrior.
The next Serie A player to make it on the list,
The baller.
on our list, the next Serie A player
Above Ronaldo.
is at number 31
Who's that?
with one vote, with 1/10th place vote, Paulo Dybala.
What?
Yeah, but it's cold though. Why are you looking at me? Don't say this.
34.
It's cold though.
I'm sorry. And
Dybala,
there have been times where I've been disrespectful of the French league. And we all have. Serie A is the bottom of the top
By
leagues
far.
right now.
Did it
Number 2 on this. I feel
Fun,
like
man.
we're
Robert.
going to struggle for things to say about him now because we've said so much about everyone else.
Messi.
Robert Lewandowski.
The shower demon.
Listen, it's my time now. You know what kills him?
Why is it your time?
Wait there. Wait there.
What you pointing at?
Wait there. What kills him? What kills him?
Robert Muller's joke, Thomas Muller's joke.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna-
Lewandowski.
yeah.
Lewandowski.
That's the only thing that kills
That's
him.
good. That don't kill him. That's nice.
No,
kills him.
He was
Kills
like,
him.
he's called Robert
He said it 2
Lewandowski.
times as well.
Yeah, it's bro, it's me. You know, like punchline.
Yeah.
That's
Try.
me, bro. Robert's probably in the back saying, shut up. But I'm gonna let the goals.
Lewandowski, like, he's
But
been
he's
been-
that guy.
He's
I
been
know
in this
people are gonna
spot.
probably find it for me, sorry, but he's that guy that scores 4 or 5, goes on the third, 4 or 5. He don't score the first. Yeah, that's what I say.
Oh, don't say that. Don't say that.
That's
No, you've done that once already.
cap.
Don't do
No,
that.
no.
Don't do that.
No, here's what he does. Here's what he does. He doesn't score the. He doesn't score the. He doesn't score the third and
But he
fourth.
helped.
He scores the first, second, third, fourth, fifth.
Yeah,
This is a
yeah.
guy that scores 5
Figo,
goals a
I was
game.
gonna say he scored. How quick did he score them 5 goals
It
in
was like
that
16
game?
minutes. Something like that.
You know he was subbing that game.
He came on and
9 minutes. 9
But
minutes.
you know what I
Respect.
you know what it is?
Hey, big up
I I like his celebration as well,
Hold on.
man.
Big
He's
up.
got that. It's that one now. What was the other one before? The 2 guns. Yeah, man. He's
Listen.
cold.
Listen, we've got a Bundesliga expert in here for a reason. Scorcher.
No.
So literally, all you do is watch Bundesliga, innit?
No, he doesn't.
Bare Black Lives Matter, you know. Bare 2 guns.
But so wait. It seems like am I going mad? But it seems like Lewandowski's the only person that everybody's agreed on so far.
ITV4. In jail, it comes on every Thursday night.
Specs.
And this guy just came out.
Specs. Specs. Who was commentating?
Come here. I remember.
Hey, he's not capping. Hey, Bundesliga highlights. Hey, listen. Bundesliga highlights can carry you through.
That got you through, innit? That got you through.
You said Scorch. That and writing bars. That
No, I didn't write no lyrics. No lyrics. I listen to football every single day though. On the
23-hour
radio.
banger.
Hey, Ferdinand.
23-hour banger. I remember. Hey, Loons, this guy said it straight. He looked me in the eyes and said, listen, if he doesn't score, he's pissed off.
Yeah.
You say it in English or German?
His English is beautiful, bro.
Polish, of course. That's like
He,
German.
you know what I mean? He even knows Emmanuel Olusidebe.
Robert Lewandowski's the second best player in the world, and no one knows why.
I low-key, see, this is where you lot are going to be vexed, especially Margs.
Messi
Why?
sexy
Yeah,
football.
because you see, for me, right now, today, Lewandowski is
number
the
one.
best.
Yeah.
But cool.
But I
hear you.
I put him 5, but it's not about today. I told you, you are always doing
exactly
the. It's not
about
about. It's not about. You should have given me the fucking
Clear
remit
instructions, yeah.
before we was making the list. If it was just about the last 12 months.
Same remit for every episode
No.
we've ever done.
If it was just about the last 12 months, my list would have been different.
This
It's
guy-
about what is.
All right, then
guy-
step out the
Hey,
argument
Margs,
and let's have an argument with people who understood it.
Yeah?
Go on.
You feel this strongly, yeah? Who do you think's going to have a better season next season, Messi or Lewandowski?
I think Messi's gonna turn up.
Yeah, but can we base?
Because what are you doing right now?
Probably Robert.
No.
What for goals?
doesn't matter.
Robert
Why are
ain't
we doing
gonna, Robert ain't gonna stop scoring.
That
Robert ain't
doesn't
gonna stop
matter.
scoring.
That doesn't matter. Let's do right now. Because all that what we predict.
No, because it's not about right now.
You're
And
not
what
Mystic
is?
Marks, you're not Mystic Scorch. Let's
Like I
talk
said,
about right now.
like I said,
You think Koeman
I
not squeezing Coutinho in that
Lewandowski-
team?
I put Lewandowski 5th. Okay,
put him 4th.
I had Mbappe in front of him. I had Neymar in front of him. I think Lewandowski is one of the coldest number 9s in the world.
Where'd you put him, Scorch?
Yeah,
Where'd you put him?
but I'm with Specs on this. Facts remains. Number 1 and 2 has to be Ronaldo and Messi, and that's it.
man.
But you
Until you change the rules on me, that's
Bro,
it.
I'll be
Specs.
honest. Let me give you. I know Tigo always stops me because I talk shit sometimes, but this time he's not gonna stop me.
Number 1 on our list, the best player in the world, and anyone who didn't vote him as the best player in the world is trying too hard. Lionel Messi, best player of all time, still the best player in the world.
Ever.
Just because he's the best player of all time doesn't mean
Still
he's
the best player in the
in
world.
last.
Still the best
Just
player in
because
the
he's
world.
the best player of all
5
time, which he is.
foot
So it's not even
400
you're
plus
not saying, you're
career
not saying,
goals.
yeah, it's not
Just-
even an argument,
that's what
and
I'm
you're
saying.
trying to rub out
About
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo.
It
Just
don't make no
because he's the best
sense
player
to
of
me.
all time, does
It
that
don't
mean
make no
he's the
sense
best-
to me.
the best
They're not the
player?
same, though.
No,
They're
that's
not the same.
why I said both. That's why I said he's the best player in the world and the best player of all
They're not
time.
the same. Look, Iron Man is my favorite Avenger.
Again.
but Iron Man's man-made. You get it?
Yeah, he ain't got no real
Iron
powers.
Man is man-made.
No real
Tony
powers.
Stark makes Iron Man in his home.
Facts.
4 is naturally.
I don't know why I'm agreeing with him, but
superhero.
Yeah. I hear that. Nah, he's right.
To me,
God of
I
Thunder.
agree with that.
Tony Stark in the suit, you got a problem. Get Tony Stark in his Lambo, you're punching him up.
so what? So then what?
I agree with you. I do think you found a great way to you found a great way to make a meaty point.
Yeah,
because I don't care if I don't care how you get to the dance as long as you get to the dance. You know what I mean? If Ronaldo's the best, he's the best. I don't care if he was born the best. It doesn't make a difference. Messi's the best. And he was born the best. And he's the best of all time.
Yeah.
These are all facts that connect.
And he
to each
got
other.
drugs to help him. So I don't know. Is that naturally him being the better footballer, or is
Yes,
it
both.
Did Lewandowski have a better season than Messi? Yes or no?
Yes.
That's
So
it.
you're gonna keep talking about this last season and this 12 months and championship, man. So why ain't Lewandowski number 1 then?
Because he's not better than
Because
him. he's
my
not
man
better
has
than
done
him.
more.
And he's not better. And Lewandowski ain't better than Ronaldo either.
Yes, he is.
Facts.
Yes,
No,
he
he's
is.
not.
Right now, yes, he is.
What do you mean right now?
now, yes, he is.
Right now, Lewandowski's better than Messi then.
No, he's not.
He had a better season.
Lewandowski in Juventus scores 1 billion goals. And that's
You
all
men-
Ronaldo's
you men
there
are wrong.
for.
You men are wrong.
Lewandowski's better than
Expect-
Cristiano Ronaldo right now.
Hey, listen to me.
see.
Listen, some people will call Ronaldo a bit of a goal hanger in the sense
you know
where
what it is?
he goes to the best teams in their league and just licks it down. And he goes to the next one, licks it down. He went Juve, they lost at home for like 100 games, licked it down. Of course he's going to do that.
Marks, I'm with you. But what they're saying is true. At the end of the day, they're going through last season. Me and you were just going overall. But last year, Ronaldo didn't back us.
Even more.
Last year, Lewandowski had a better season than Messi.
Then both of them, all of them.
Then both of them. Then last year, Lewandowski had a better season than everybody.
Everyone in the
If
world.
Ballon d'Or was on, he should
Yeah,
win it.
but
I don't mind
you
that.
keep repeating the same point, which is a fact, and yet we are all telling you it's irrelevant.
So why is it not irrelevant with Ronaldo?
Because I just
Ronaldo's
told you,
shit now.
Lewandowski's better than Ronaldo. Neymar's better than Ronaldo. Messi's better. You guys weren't confused by this week.
I'm in agreement. Them are better than
Howlers.
RCL7, of course
Hey,
they are.
crowd.
Because of
Back me
last
up,
year.
man.
right now.
Yeah, the
general,
crowd never
man.
back me up as well.
Messi, general.
Messi,
this is the
Separate
problem.
me from that. I'm not.
Right, that's
see
the
that-
argument.
See that
I
there
found
is
the argument.
where
I found the
I'm not
argument.
involved in that.
So he just said, Scorcher just said, last year, which we can't argue with.
12 months.
But you just said in general.
I said in general, Messi
who's
has been better
better?
than Ronaldo his whole life.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about with Lewandowski as well.
I ain't talking about that.
Oh, okay, cool, perfect. All right, cool.
10th of September 2020.
Yeah.
Who's better, Lewandowski or Cristiano Ronaldo?
Lewandowski.
And Neymar or Cristiano Ronaldo?
Neymar.
Okay, and Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Messi. Wait. Let him go. What you getting? What you getting?
He did it with strength. And the
What
thing
you
is, you
getting?
know what's mad?
Now, hear
You know
my
what's
point.
mad? Loon, you know what's mad? Loon, you know what's mad? He's gonna cut it.
He asked Specs for a reason. If he asked me, it would have been different.
My thing.
If he asked me, it would have been different.
When I was asked my top 10 in the world,
Yeah.
it's a different question.
Okay. And
see what I'm saying?
and
That's
that
it.
and that brings us to the end of this debate. Top 10 players in the world. That's probably the longest we've ever filmed for. Dan's finished.